Welcome, Aquarius. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot getting ready to do your healing meditation for Chiron and the North Node in conjunction in Aries, joining together. This is exact on the 11th of February, and although we have been feeling this energy since January, and we'll be feeling it through April, it is coinciding with Pluto's entrance into the first minutes of your sign, Aquarius. It is going to be culminating with the solar eclipse in Aries exact on April the 8th. So I've laid out the Mayan Tarot. I'll clarify with the African Tarot, and I will use 3 oracle decks throughout. I am doing personal readings, and the information for that will be in the description box below. I am giving away a free reading on about the 1st of every month, and I choose those from the comments and the donations that I've received previously. So I thank you moreover for being here now and for all the ways that you support me in whatever way you do. So thank you in advance for that. And let's get started, Aquarius, with your overall energy. The Judgment card. This is powerful. This is the moon. Judgment, the moon. This Judgment card is really one of my favorite cards, and it shows the plumed serpent here, a dragon energy. That is the title of this particular deck of cards, but really relates to an ultimate awareness of your purpose on this planet, why you came, and this goes directly to the core of your healing journey. The story of Chiron is quite complex, but essentially a couple of wounds that he sustained, one at birth and one that was accidentally received as part of his student Hercules defending the satyr's cave. And he was hurt in friendly fire in a way that, in a wound that could never be healed, because he was Chiron, an immortal. Ultimately, he learned to heal the wound, this violent wounding of his birth, as well as this wounding to his thigh, through an acculturation of healing methods, modalities, the arts, culture as afforded by his upbringing. And the import of Chiron's story is that our healing comes from our ability and desire to heal ourselves, using the pain and suffering caused to motivate us, to inspire us to be of greater service to others. And this is a key to the revelation that you're experiencing now. In the position of the planet of Chiron, we have the Lover's card. This is lovely. This is really about a number of opportunities that you have on your healing path. Certainly relationships are key here, but I would argue that the relationship with yourself, which the story of Chiron really speaks to, is really what is key and what incidentally is reflected in all of your relationships. You are in a position to make choices that you could not have made in the past because you didn't have the self-knowledge necessary to know what would be for your ultimate long-term benefit and growth. You now are able to make that commitment to yourself and perhaps to others as well in your relationships. This is joining with yourself to pursue your dreams, to fulfill your potential. It's joining with others to be jointly of service to the planet. And in the position of the North Node, we have the World card. Wow. This is powerful, Aquarius. And again, it is no accident that Pluto is in your sign, in the very early degrees of your sign, for a total of about 21 years. It will, as I've said before, move briefly into Capricorn mid-October through mid-November, but then it will be permanently in your sign for 20 years following that. So this is a beautiful opportunity to see you leveling up on a superficial level, and on a more profound level, presenting yourself, your accomplishments to the world for recognition. What you have, the services and skills you have on offer, is ready for the world, is ready to be shared with others, and you are ready for the abundance, the attention, the prosperity, the recognition that you have earned along this journey. This journey, I'm intuiting, is this healing journey of the last 2 decades in your life with Pluto in Capricorn. What has been netted from that is what is directing you to prepare your offerings for the world, to present them to the world. And this can be, in many ways, as you present your achievements, a closing out of one cycle and a preparation for another. And for some of you, and perhaps not most, this is the commitment to a greater passion, a greater relationship, that being your own individual pursuit of goals, or you're joining with others in a form of partnership to work together towards those elevated goals. In the present moment, we have the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords is part of the adjustment you're making in this present moment. It's part of recognizing the wounding that has led to your life's work, your healing journey. This is the purpose that you've come here. And this is the original trauma, perhaps, that you have experienced. And part of a piece of that, a significant piece of that, is the way in which you have never felt as though you belonged. You have always felt outside of the mix, outside of the in crowd, outside or lacking belonging with even your family of origin for many of you. As a result of this lack of belonging, there is a constant replay of the voices of negativity that you've encountered, the criticism, the not being taken seriously, the being treated as though you were a freak, in much the way that Chiron did. He was born as a product of rape. He was half animal and half human as a centaur, and as the result of that, his mother, an oceanid or nymph, rejected him and abandoned him. So this is a way I'm correlating that to this sense of being seen, for some of you, as a kind of freak, as someone who doesn't belong, doesn't fit in. And it is that story that others have told you that continues to replay, something that you are now in possession of the skills, of the self-love, of the awareness that you were born the way you were born for a reason. And that reason may be exalted. It may be unique to you, but you are purposeful. You do belong in the world and for the world. In the past, we have the moon finally has come up, and I guess I'm feeling that throughout this reading. Um, for all of these majors that are emerging, this is an extremely momentous time for you. And this is bearing on your preparation for being available on a very large scale, whether that's in your community or in your professional practice in a larger global setting. You have mined these experiences of discomfort, taking responsibility for some of these behaviors that you've experienced, but also opening yourself up as a way of coping to the various spheres of allies that exist for you. Because you're capable of looking at hard things as a result of being rejected, you are well integrated with those things that others find frightening and scary. Because you have been named so, you don't see these allies, these supporters, these guides, these ancestors as alien, foreign, or monstrous. Instead, you recognize that they are there to support you, to cheer you on, to offer you comfort and guidance when you need it. And it is my hope and my suspicion that you have dug into your dream work, your meditations, your prayers, your journaling activities, whatever you do to find that still, intimate space where your ancestors, your guides can speak to you. They are there to applaud you in many cases, particularly now. And this is in preparation for being in a more externally present place where you're available to more people. In the present, we have the Servant of Pentacles. And I love this because this is about all of these heavy lessons and deep wounding that you have experienced has produced someone who is ready to roll up their sleeves and get to work. That's you. You are committed to a plan, step-by-step procedural, taking each step in your own time. You're not in a rush. You know that what you're doing is for eternity in many cases, and you are proceeding with an openness to learning whatever needs to be learned, openness to your mentors, to the right advisors who are in alignment with who you are. The right collaborators and colleagues are available to you. The right partners and intimates that are there to share in this work, this great work with you. I'm going to pull a Soul's Journey Oracle card, Aquarius, and if you're vibing with this reading, please like this video. Please share this with others who may find it useful or enjoyable in some way. Comment below, please, and subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. And I pulled the card Blame. I accept responsibility for my well-being, and I believe this to be a very powerful card for those among you, among us who have experienced a sense of not belonging, an experience of sabotage by people who didn't like us, didn't understand us, didn't see what it was, where our value was, or were threatened by that value because it wasn't understood. It was different. There is this thing that you are resisting by in your replaying of tapes is by the immediate feel good of blaming others for the sense of not belonging, for the blockages, for the keeping you from your successes or your efforts, the potential of your efforts. However, you understand instead that you are exactly where you need to be, where you want to be, and that your well-being is your responsibility and no one else's. Nothing anyone says to you can be responsible for what you do or don't do. And from the flora and fauna of Africa, I have pulled, missed it, the flamingo, the beautiful flamingo. And the plant associated with the flamingo is lemon balm, a wonderful weed/herb. And the key words are balance emotions, regain your balance, release negative energy, and take charge. Spend some time with people who keep you grounded. I'm going to clarify the Five of Swords in your present with the Four of Pentacles and the Death card. Interesting. You've achieved a lot. You've been able to secure and ground a personal foundation that resists and helps you find a resilience in these experiences of sabotage. You know what you know. You are holding on to your values, to your security, to your safety and protection in your values. And that has formed a kind of protection against the unfair, critical experiences you've had. However, you are experiencing an obvious rebirth, a phenomenal rebirth, where this ability to stay grounded, be cautious, go at your own pace is being rewarded now. You're not leaping into the fray by responding to the kinds of criticisms that are frankly beneath you. Instead, you're moving forward into a reaffirmation of your value, of the skills you've gained, your courage in facing down the things that others find fear in. You've transmuted that energy through your own personal experience of being seen as different, being seen as other. In the past, the Moon card is clarified by the Hermit and the Six of Cups. There's something from the past that is you are revisiting. Perhaps you've reconnected to a relationship, an ally, a friend, a partner, or an experience or opportunity that you've had before. And it is through working through your own sense of purpose, where you may have been rejected in the past by this person, working through your purpose, affirming who you are authentically, has brought this connection back to you in a way that attempts to recognize your value, to honor the connection that existed then and continues to exist. This is someone else, or perhaps you, perhaps both of you, choosing differently than you chose in the past. And this is resonating with a sense of deeper connection, finding a partner of equal value, of equal commitment, now recognizable through your own individual paths of growth. It's interesting, I don't often get this kind of energy, but this feels like an affirmation of the potential relationship commitment that is available to you in this moment. And I'd be very curious, Aquarius, if this is resonating for any of you, if this is vibing with your experiences now or in through the spring. The Servant of Pentacles here, or of Jades, in this deck is clarified by the Four of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles. Wow. Earlier, there was a sense here of getting accustomed to this new experience that you're having revisiting. There's a couple of cards here that indicate revisiting a destined or purposeful opportunity in the past that's coming around again, with your consciousness being higher. And there are a couple of cards here in your future that are describing just that. Not only are you really digging into your own personal development, you're separating yourself from those that don't get you, that don't see your value, and you're continuing to dig into who you know yourself to be. You're continuing to honor that authority you have already lived, you already deserved. And you are building and polishing your skills, your approach, your attitude, your sense of all-sided well-being, so that you're prepared for any opportunities that come to you with a kind of full consciousness. The Four of Cups is also indicating that you have come to a place where you've learned to align yourself with things that support you, things that feel good to you. When you have experienced this lack of acceptance by others, you have found those things, those individuals that support you, that affirm you, that make you feel good. And you have begun to set in motion that practice of choosing things that feel good to you, that is relevant to any potential offer you receive or opportunity that comes your way that may look like a deep wish fulfillment, but you're able to seize the moment to understand, to review, to assess, to evaluate this offer in terms of your growth now. You've grown a lot since opportunities of the past met you. When things didn't work out, you have done the work for yourself on your own terms, for you, in order to adjust your attitudes, your sense of commitment to who you are, your investment in yourself. And you now understand that if an offer comes to you that may not be right for who you are now, you can manifest the offer that you desire. I'm going to finish up this reading with a language of flowers, Aquarius, and remind you that I'm doing personal readings, and the information for that is in the description box below. And I pull a flower called status, and the key word is adaptation. Change will be better than you think. I love this for you, Aquarius. I thank you so much for this moment. I'd love to hear your comments. And until next time, namaste.